So for this one, we'll be making a cheeseburger casserole. Got my pan nice and hot, nice and ready. Get that out of there. You don't need that anymore. I'm gonna take 1 pound of ground beef. Gonna just break it up into our pan so that we can start getting a nice, really hard sear on it. Since this is going in a casserole, I'm not necessarily looking for it to brown. I'm looking for it to get flavor and color. I've got my pan set to medium-high heat, and I'm gonna let it sit here for a while, just until it gets some nice color on it. But you do want that initial contact to really, really be hot, because that's what's going to give it that nice sear. Just let that do its thing for roughly 3 to 4 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and reduce my heat to medium and just let it go. All right, it has been a few minutes. You'll probably notice that you have a lot of gray coming around the outside edge of your beef. But when you flip it over, you should have nice hard sear that looks something like that. Ow, my face. And once it does, you can go ahead and just kind of move it around a little bit. Preferably with something that's not going to rip the sear off. And this is not seasoned as well. I'm just going to go ahead and add roughly a teaspoon, maybe 3/4 of a teaspoon to this. Just kind of get that mixed in. I'm not trying to cook this all the way through. I'm just trying to get that nice color. I am done with that. It will be cooked again, so we can go ahead and move on to making our custard. And for this, you simply need 2 eggs, about 1 cup of heavy cream, half a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of granulated garlic, half a teaspoon of onion powder. See, whenever I have casseroles, I do like it when it has a crust, so I wanted to have a crust on this one. Especially since it was a cheeseburger, I wanted something to imitate the bun. My thought process is, if you've ever had a strata, that is like bread on the bottom, eggs and sausage, usually some cheese, and a custard that fills in the bread and it makes it like its own crust. So what I'm going to do is make this custard and use pork rinds as a light layer of crust. This is just what I had left. This is probably like about an ounce, maybe less than an ounce of pork rinds. Gonna kind of crush them up lightly, put them in the bottom of the pan. Next up, we will layer it with some cheese. This is just sharp cheddar. You can use any cheese you want. This is gonna be roughly an ounce of shredded sharp cheddar. Next up, I'm going to do an optional couple teaspoons of spicy brown mustard. Like I said, it's optional. You don't have to do this. I just want that flavor within my casserole. Now we can take our ground beef and just top it. Now let's take our custard and drizzle it all over the entire thing. Let's shred over a little more sharp cheddar, and then we'll just finish it off with some bacon crumbles. These are the pre-made bacon crumbles I can get in the store. Don't feel like you have to use these. You can use whatever you want. And that's what it should look like before we go in the oven. And it's going to go into the oven at 325 degrees for roughly 25 to 30 minutes, or until the custard is set completely. You should be able to pick it up, jiggle it a little bit, and nothing should be sloshing around. So this is done. I will say my house smells amazing right now. I think the combo of the bacon plus all the spices and the custard helped to do that. We'll let this cool off for just maybe 5 minutes or so, just so I don't, burn my entire face off while eating this. But while we wait, here's a nice little stock video of a squirrel for you. All right, I really hope you enjoyed that. Let's go ahead and give this a taste and see how it is. I'm curious to see how these pork rinds worked out for this. That's the bite right there. This is really good. The crust actually set up. It's not too eggy. It's not too pork rindy. It kind of balanced out everything with all the seasoning inside of the custard. This is pretty good. This is the first cheeseburger casserole I've ever made. I didn't look up any other recipes to get ideas. I just kind of went with what I thought would be good. If you like this recipe, or if you like the stock squirrel footage, go ahead and give this video a like. And I might as well show you the cute squirrel again.